Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to have a look at some pretty big news coming out of the Pokemon trading card game, and we're going to start with an official statement that was given by the Pokemon Company yesterday, as it happened, and it's all regarding counterfeit cards. Now, this is Google translated, so you'll have to kind of bear with us, but it seems pretty gosh darn right. Here's what they've said. Thank you very much for your continued patronage of our products. Currently, through an unspecified number of online sales services and stores, products that use copyrighted materials and trademarks related to the Pokemon card game, managed and owned by the Pokemon Company without permission, are being sold as replicas and metal cards. It is traded with names such as: the production and sale of these products for the purpose of profit interferes with the normal provision of Pokemon card game products and services, and we will take measures to suspend sales and take legal action in cooperation with the operating company of the sales service platform. We are proceeding with response, investigation, and consideration. We sincerely ask our customers for their understanding and cooperation in avoid to purchasing the affected items by mistake. So, couple of very important things we're talking about here. It's basically fake cards and counterfeit cards. Now, I don't think anybody watching this channel is going to be silly enough to make and sell counterfeit cards. If, however, you are in that silly group of people, I think now is a fantastic time to stop. Decent chance it's already too late, because there'll be historic data of sales, etc. But yeah, this is a bad idea, ladies and gentlemen. It's always been a bad idea, but now Pokemon are basically coming out and being like, no, seriously, this is a very, very bad idea. Now, one important thing that I pulled out from there is for the purpose of profit. We all know that proxy cards exist. Proxy cards are a good thing in some regards. Let's say I want to test a new deck, and let's say it's a deck using cards from Raging Surf. Well, as of Friday, Raging Surf will be out in Japan. Raging Surf will not be out in English. But I may want to test some decks involving cards from Raging Surf. So I print out some proxies, very low quality, at home, by myself, to test some decks, and I move on with my life. Because I'm just testing a few cards. That's fine. That is okay. Maybe I want to print some cards and give them to my friends so that we can play games together using cards from Raging Surf. That's fine. It says for profit in this little release, and also, why would Pokemon have a problem with people sitting at home printing cards off to test new decks? That seems like a decent and sensible thing to do. What they don't want is people making money selling counterfeit cards. Because, I was chatting to the lovely Joe Bernard the other day when we were at the Barcelona special event, and if you haven't watched the stream for that, you really should have done, but it went out on the official Pokemon channel. We official now, so, go and catch it up. But Joe was telling me about buying a Pidgeot EX for like a $5, and it came through and it was fake. Why? The way Joe put it, and I think this is a very fair question to ask, who's going to all the effort of making and selling counterfeit cards for a $5? What's even the point? But it is a little bit of a problem because people are selling counterfeit cards, and people like Joe who just wants to go and buy a Pidgeot EX for his deck, now all of a sudden has to go and buy another one because some idiot sold him a fake card on eBay. That's not cool, ladies and gentlemen. That's really not cool. And the fact of the matter is, this is an issue. If you search metal cards on eBay, like one of the first things that pops up is metal Pokemon cards. And I know what you're thinking. Well, come on a second, Wassy. As you're going to tell us in a second, there is such a thing as real metal Pokemon cards. Well, yes, there are. But let's just search it, shall we? Oh, look, they're all fake. Like, they're all fake. If you go and search through, here's a set of 8 metal cards. What have we got? Arceus VMAX, fake. We've got Metal Energy from Pokemon 151, which really shouldn't be on sale yet. It's not out for 2 days. Boo. Another Arceus VMAX. Metal Mario. Vaporeon VMAX, Mewtwo and Mew, another Arceus, and Mew. Ancient Mew. That old school Ancient Mew. Which admittedly does say benefits charity, but it's still a fake card. And you can keep going for like the whole time here. And you see where we're going with this. They're just metal and fake, and they are everywhere. And I know some people don't necessarily have a problem with this because they're quite cheap and they're not hurting anyone, but they actually are. Like, when I take my kids to school, some of the kids there have Pokemon cards, and the secret is out about me being a gigantic Pokemon nerd. And I've had a couple of kids at the school be like, oh, and they call me Pokemon Dude. It's brilliant. Like, Pokemon Dude, have you seen this metal card I got? I'm like, yeah, it's fake. And they're like, no, it's not fake. It's not fake. It's real. And I'm like, no, mate, that's definitely a fake card. And then they're upset because they bought a fake card. Or worse, they've traded a good card of theirs for a fake card. And then they're all sad because they've gone and got themselves a fake card. It's not cool. I know that there are some people out there who legitimately go and buy metal cards as lovely display pieces. I understand this. But I also know there are just as many, if not significantly more people out there who are buying these cards thinking they're real, or trading with other people thinking that they're real, and then all of a sudden they've got themselves a fake card, and no one likes that. That's not fun. And that is a problem with these counterfeit cards. I've heard many arguments in the past from people saying they're fine, they're not hurting anyone, but they are. And a lot of the time, it's not the person who buys the card knowing it's probably fake. It's a person who trades for it later, having absolutely no idea it's fake. And it is more difficult nowadays, because of course, there are real metal cards out there. In the Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection, we got ourselves base set Pikachu and base set Charizard that are actual proper job metal cards. And they are real and they are official. And now we've also got fake versions of those same cards doing the round. So now it's so much more difficult to figure out what's actually real and what's not. In the Arceus Ultra Premium Collection, we got ourselves a couple of metal cards. We got an Arceus V and an Arceus V Star. And okay, fine, Arceus V Max is clearly a ridiculous card because there's no such card as Arceus V Max. We never got an Arceus V Max. Arceus V Max doesn't exist. It's just not a thing. We've got Arceus V Star, and if you want to go back years and years, we've got Arceus Level X. But I'm a big, massive Pokemon nerd who follows this game obsessively. Of course I know this. There are a lot of people out there that have absolutely no idea, and I'm telling you from my experience over many years, most of the people that don't know that these cards are fake tend to be kids who trade for them. And I've seen it at League when I used to be able to go to League very regularly. Kids turning up all the time with fake cards. And I don't realise they're fake because I can tell a fake card a mile off. And I'm assuming a lot of people watching this video can spot a fake card a mile off. But we're not buying these cards. And I'm hoping we're not mean enough to trade them with kids. But there are people out there that are. And there are people out there that are. And that becomes a big problem. So Pokemon are clearly making an effort here to go after these people who are selling these, and I think this is wonderful. Now, obviously, this is an announcement on the Japanese site. There's no similar announcement gone out on English language sites yet on Pokemon.com or any of that. But does anyone honestly think this is just going to be a Japanese investigation? The answer is almost certainly not. This seems to be a thing that Pokemon care about, and I love this because recently we've seen example after example of Pokemon going out of their way to make the game better for casual fans and hardcore fans and players and collectors and basically everyone. We saw a while ago that they got rid of the midnight launch for cards. They were trying to stop midnight launches over in Japan because they were too busy and too crowded and it was leading to problems. That was brilliant, and I think that was awesome, and I'm hoping that this kind of thing is just going to keep on and keep on and keep on, And I just think this is fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope this carries on. Pokemon are looking after us. Counterfeit cards are bad for everyone. If you want a proxy card to play in your deck, put a Pokemon card, any card in a sleeve. There are sites that will let you print off with your own printer at home cards of the right size. Put them in there and go and test. Proxy cards you're printing at home and using to test decks before they're out aren't the problem. People making money selling fake cards on eBay and associated websites and non-associated websites that also let you sell stuff. That, ladies and gentlemen, that is a problem. So that's the news, and I want to hear from you guys. Have you been tricked by these fake cards in the past? Do you think they're not doing anybody any harm? Or are you glad Pokemon are going to this effort? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a bunch of other card games, and non-card games to be fair. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Andy White, who's been a supporter of ours for a long time now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.